There's nothing to worry about. You're gonna be just fine. I'm your #1 fan.
He just goes a little mad sometimes. We all go a little mad sometimes.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Listen, asshole!
No, you listen, you little bitch. You hang up on me again, I'll cut you like a fish.
You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
It was an excellent day for an exorcism.
I am Dracula.
I am eternal child. I am the eater of worlds and of children.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday night, Wednesday the 5th of December, 2024. I am your host for tonight's broadcast of Nights of Horror Radio, the founder, the CEO, many hats on this channel, Anthony Zaragoza here. Nights of Horror Radio back after a little week off for Thanksgiving break. Happy to be back here on Nights of Horror Radio. Now, two things I'm just gonna get off the table right now. Had a lot of people tell me they like the Blazer, so you know what? The Blazer might be staying for Nights of Horror Radio at the very least. Nights of Horror Radio want to look good for the talk show, for little talk radio for the next hour or two, and you know. They've always said, dress for the job you want, not the one you have, right? And so, yeah, I'd love to make this a full-time career one day. Sirius XM, if you're watching, pick your boy up. Love to be on a talk show, interviewing horror legends, haunt legends, all that fun stuff. That could be a lot of fun. I wonder if there'd be a lot of interest in that. Never know. We got to pitch it to Sirius XM one day. Hashtag Nights of Horror Radio on Sirius XM. That's a long hashtag, but, you know, if you guys do it, that's awesome. It has been an amazing week around here on the Nights of Horror. You know, we announced a few things that we're going to get into later on in the show. But if you guys obviously don't know by now, Mindless Horror Podcast is returning January 1st, 2025, with all new guests we have lined up for the Carnival Takeover month. Now, if you guys remember, few months ago, earlier in 2024, we did a Forsaken takeover. We did the Goring 20s takeover. We had a couple Scream Break guests on. We did a few takeovers that were a lot of fun. You guys seem to enjoy them. So we're going to do that again in January with Carnival. Now, there was a lot of amazing talent that in the future still I would love to interview. But to kind of keep it simple and easy for myself, I decided to just do a podcast a week. So you're going to get a new podcast on YouTube and Spotify every single Wednesday with a brand new guest that we've never had on the show before. I think only one is who we've had on the show before. But the rest of the four are brand new, never been on the show. Can't wait to hear their stories. Can't wait to get into it with Haunt and Carnival. We got a pretty stacked lineup for the Carnival month. I actually just confirmed all my guests. Now I got to just book dates, record podcast, edit podcast, and release. And once those episodes are recorded and I know for sure that I have it recorded, it's locked down, it's ready to go, I will little by little start unveiling who these guests are. January 1st one will be filming really soon. So stay tuned for that on the Nights of Horror. But yeah, and then we have a lot of rumors going around in the haunt community right now, especially with Halloween Horror Nights. Halloween Horror Nights already predictions running wild. We're going to get into that. That's going to be amazing. We got some horror news. Reign of Terror Christmas event this Friday and Saturday in Thousand Oaks, California. We're going to go out there Saturday. Check it out. Reign of Terror does an amazing Christmas walkthrough, 2 nights only, so make sure you get your tickets for either Friday night or Saturday night. We highly suggest it. It's about a 30-minute walkthrough, a huge floor print, multiple sections, multiple themes, and I know that they didn't do their halfway to Halloween earlier this year because they relaid out the entire layout. They completely scrapped everything and relaid out their layout. So it's a brand new layout, something new that's going to feel fresh for Reign of Terror. So I'm excited to see that, especially because I didn't get to go to Reign of Terror this haunt season. We didn't get the chance to make it out there, so we usually try to go out there for Christmas and for halfway to Halloween at the very least, so we can at least experience it, because it is kind of a drive to go out there. So we're going to be going through that. We're not going to be able to film it. I know Reign of Terror has a pretty strict no film policy, so we're not gonna be able to film it. We'll probably do like a little TikTok in the line, couple characters out in the line and stuff, but that's about it. So look at our TikTok. You'll see a kind of little preview of what that Christmas event was. But other than that, it's going to be just kind of something for me to walk through and enjoy. So we will be reviewing it. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Very much looking forward to Reign of Terror this week. And make sure you guys can get out there this Friday and Saturday, which I believe is the 7th and the 8th, if I'm not mistaken. No, the 6th and the 7th. So the 6th and the 7th of December 2024, Reign of Terror, Thousand Oaks, California. Check it out. Christmas layover. It's all decked out for Christmas. It's a fun time. If you guys never done it, dude, I highly suggest it. All right. Let's talk about this latest and potentially could be a greatest sequel to a maze I think we've ever seen for Halloween Horror Nights. And that is the rumors of The Last of Us Part 2, the video game, coming over to Halloween Horror Nights 2025. Now, when I heard this speculation already, I kind of was like, okay, I don't feel too bad for years ago releasing a HHN speculation update or video, something that just speculations of things that I wanted to see. I don't feel too bad about that now, doing that a few years ago, because it seems like this is something that's going to be happening a lot now. The community for Halloween Horror Nights has blown up. If you're on TikTok, mostly TikTok, and you see it on YouTube, the market is flooded with Halloween Horror Nights content, and that's amazing, because you get to see a bunch of different people's opinions, perspectives, and whatnot that maybe we might not offer here. We try to be as real and honest with you guys when it comes down to haunts and stuff. We want to give our opinions, and it's nothing talking shit about these haunts. It's just constructive criticism that we want to give from a point of view of a guest. Maybe we see something different that other people don't. Maybe other people see something different that we don't. I don't know. Everyone's going to have a different opinion at the end of the day. Last of Us Part 2 coming potentially to 2025's Halloween Horror Nights, though. That is a huge one for them. They did Last of Us in 2023, and that maze, in my opinion, was probably the best maze that year, and probably ranked top 3 all-time favorite mazes of Halloween Horror Nights. They did a tremendous job with that maze. It was beautiful from start to finish. You had Joel and Ellie throughout the entire maze. Ashley Johnson and Troy Baker, who played Joel and Ellie, voiced them and did the motion cap for them in the video game, actually came back, recorded some sound bits for the maze exclusively. So that was really cool to kind of see like their involvement with everything The Last of Us. Now, The Last of Us is such a beautiful story-driven video game that when I first played it, I was just blown away by it. It continues to shock and awe audiences when you take that concept of a video game and turn it into a hit TV show for HBO. And when Last of Us came out, even if you didn't know the story of the video game or anything, the first season did an amazing job retelling that first video game from like a lot of shot-for-shot details. And it was unreal watching that show, just seeing all the shot-for-shots. I was very impressed. Neil Druckmann and the team over at Naughty Dog did an incredible job with not only the games, but the show. And then you have The Last of Us Part 2 that comes in. Now, this was a very controversial game before it even came out, because the story got leaked, and a major thing got leaked that ended up being true. And a lot of fans were very pissed off when that leak happened, and it caused a lot of backlash before the game even came out. So much so that a lot of people didn't even want to play the game. So much so that the character that it was involved with got many death threats, which I thought was insanely stupid. And I'm referring to, I've given you plenty of warnings, so here's the big reveal of what I'm referring to right now. If you guys don't want to hear it, skip over this. or cover your ears or mute the stream right now. This is your final warning. Spoilers for The Last of Us Part 2 video game. There is a scene in the video game where a character named Abby, who is essentially who you think is the villain, she beats to death Joel with a golf club in front of Ellie. And then, obviously, as you play into the more of the game, you find out exactly why, and it goes back to the events of The Last of Us Part 1. But, yeah, if they were to somehow recapture that awe that I experienced playing that video game, I think it could blow people's minds. I think they can do something very special with that game. And we can see other characters that we didn't get to see. Obviously, in the first game, there wasn't too many characters that you interacted with. There was a few here and there. But I feel like in Last of Us Part 2, there's a lot more characters. Abby has a whole crew. They have their own stories and stuff. And then, of course, you have the town that Ellie and Joel lived in the very beginning. So it's like it's a lot of characters that you can cast for the roles. If Halloween Horror Nights is ballsy enough to do something like that, by all means, I'm for it. The more the better. I want to see. I mean, they've done gory stuff before, and you can just put a dummy on the a mannequin on the bottom, and just have someone beaten into it, and then have an actor or an actress playing Ellie, and then they're just reacting to it, crying, yelling, and stuff. So there's ways you can do it, but there's so much other stuff that you can accomplish with that game. There's a lot that Ellie goes through by herself as you play on through that game that you can recreate and stuff. So you just know that this maze would be really focused on Ellie and Abby. Joel will have a role probably in more the beginning of the maze, and you'll probably see him throughout because he is in flashbacks throughout the game. But I have a feeling this will be heavily based around potentially just Ellie and Abby, mostly. You'll see other characters, like I said, but Ellie and Abby are going to be the main focus of this maze if they do it, because of the focus of their story. I think you even play as Abby in a few of the a few moments of the game. Actually, I think you play as Abby for her story and stuff. So yeah, there's going to be a lot to work with in this one, and I'm on board with it if it is true. Only due to the fact that the first Last of Us maze was incredible. I remember on media night we got to go. We were blessed to be invited, and I remember standing on the red carpet right there, and Neil Druckmann and Troy Baker walked right past me, and I looked right at Troy Baker. I'm like, "Hey, dude, I just want to thank you, man. Like you were a huge part of my childhood. Now you're a huge part of my adulthood, bro. And I just appreciate all the work you do." And he looked at me, he's like, "Hey, man, thank you. I really appreciate that." Like, he was super, super cool, down to earth, man. And Troy Baker just continues to prove why he is one of, if not the greatest voice actor of this generation, hands down. So yeah, I cannot wait to see what happens of this if this rumor is true. I don't know how announcements are going to be next year, because last year they were a little like just throwing them all at us at once, and it was kind of like I wish they would go back to just spreading them out, like maybe like bi-monthly or something like that, and then when it gets closer, like just reveal the rest, So I really hope that we hear more about this. I know Murdy right now is hard at work writing treatments. I think he turned in like 3 treatments already for mazes. So, I mean, he's already hard at work for 2025, and I can't wait to see what they bring. I know I went on record in saying that 2024 on paper looked like a good year, and in my opinion, it just did not deliver. I think we gave it like a 6.5 out of 10. But yeah, I hope, I've been going to Halloween Horror Nights since 2011, so I'm always going to have like high hopes for it. I'm not saying every maze was terrible this year. I'm just saying there were some mazes that on paper sounded really good and then just didn't deliver. Not every maze, though. I think there was a few mazes that I really did enjoy that were really well put together and stuff. So I can't wait to see what they bring to life for 2025. Should be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a great time. Now I want to talk a little bit about our streaming schedule coming up in 2025. Now, we talked about Carnival. We talked about Halloween Horror Nights. We talked a little bit about Reign of Terror. I want to talk about our streaming schedule for 2025. this past, I believe, Monday or Sunday, we released a schedule on our social media, pretty much going down what our week to week will look like here on Twitch. And you'll see a lot of those, or at least Nights of Horror Radio and maybe the gaming stuff. You'll see the VODs, the video on demands, over on our YouTube page. So Tuesdays is going to be dedicated to gaming. So we're going to start getting back into gaming again, whether it's with the boys, with some Call of Duty, or just a story-driven game. Whatever it may be, we're going to get back into gaming between the PlayStation, obviously the Xbox, and the Nintendo Switch. A lot to dive in with those. So, Tuesdays will be dedicated to gaming. Wednesdays is always going to be Nights of Horror Radio, so you can expect Nights of Horror Radio every Wednesday, usually at midnights because I work nights, but card is subject to change. It could be in the afternoon because I do go on day shift sometimes, so who knows. And then Thursday, this is a brand new thing that we are going to try out for, the month of January, and if it works out, it works out. If not, we'll see what happens. But we're gonna live stream some movies here on Twitch for a one-time viewing only, and we're gonna call it the Frightful Film Club. I think that's what we decided on the name for that. Let me double check on that. But basically, there's a lot of horror movies out there that I have never seen, that you've probably never seen, whether they're good, whether they're bad, whether they're terrible, whether they're amazing, or just mediocre, overrated. Don't matter what it is, we are going to be watching them, and eventually I want to spawn another little series on the channel where we review them and give our thoughts about them and everything, critique them, have a little fun with that, a little comedy, who knows. And that is going to be Thursday's Frightful Film Club. So if you join us Thursdays, you're an automatic member of the Frightful Film Club. Yeah, I would like to eventually down the line, once we get back into streaming a little bit more full time, I'd like to get some emotes designed. So if anyone knows anybody that can hook it up with a good deal, let me know, because I'm trying to get some emotes done so I can give it to subscribers. So if anyone wants to subscribe to the page here on Twitch, they'll get some exclusive emotes for subscribing, or follow ones. I don't know how that works. I got to look into it, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I cannot wait for 2025. We have a lot of things planned. Mindless Horror Podcast will be returning, weekly streaming, so you'll get more content on the Nights of Horror on a weekly basis. Now, if there are some nights that I do not decide I want to stream that night, I just won't. I will try my best to at least stream Nights of Horror Radio weekly, because we can still talk, horror and haunt news, so I will do my best to do that. But I don't know if I'll be able to, of course, stream like every single week, those 3 days. I'm going to try my absolute best in January to do so. But I got to remember that sometimes I do get a little burnt out, so I need to know when to be like, hey, maybe you not stream Tuesday and Thursday, but stream Wednesday. Or maybe you don't stream Wednesday, Thursday, but you stream Tuesday. That's why it says card is subject to change. You never know what's going to happen on a weekly basis. If I'm going to be busy, if I'm going to be out of town, on vacation, whatever it may be, who knows? I'm hoping for a fun, stress-free, great 2025. And I think everyone's on board with that one. And I cannot wait to see what happens in 2025 when we look over at the latest and greatest in haunt news. But yeah, I really kind of dug that concept, so I was like, what, we'll try something out. So we'll see what's going on. I have to give a shout out also to the Santa Ana Haunt OC Nightmare over at the Anaheim Garden Walk, starting, I believe, Friday December 13th, 2024, all the way to, I believe, was it the 22nd? Let me double check that real quick for you guys. That's the one. Got to sign into the Instagram real quick for that. But yeah, Santa Ana Haunt's doing a Christmas-themed haunt at their Anaheim Garden Walk location. So if you guys got to go during haunt season, I know we did. It was a lot of fun, and they did a really good job. Big shout out to Chewy for having us out. That was super cool, and I was just so stoked for them to actually be at a bigger location. December 13th through the 31st, select nights at the Anaheim Garden Walk, and it is called Santa Ana Haunt and OC Nightmare present an Xmas horror story. So Go check it out, December 13th to 31st at the Anaheim Garden Walk, 400 West Disney Way, number 199, Anaheim, California, 92802. Get more information at Santa Ana Haunt on Instagram. Go check it out if you want to get your Christmas haunt fix. So that's this weekend. We have Reign of Terror for the 6th and 7th. Next weekend starts Santa Ana Haunt, OC Nightmare, Xmas Horror Story, Anaheim Garden Walk, December 13th to the 31st, 2024. Go check it out. All right. Let's get into some hot news, ladies and gentlemen. We were scrolling through the Twitterverse, the Twitter machine, during the music break, and we came across some good stuff here. First and foremost, if you guys are fans of the oh-so-popular Terrifier trilogy, especially Terrifier 3 that just came out, and maybe, haunt season was going on, didn't get a chance to see it in the theaters. Well, now is your chance to see it in theaters, because on December 24th and 25th for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, for 2 days only, they are rescreening Terrifier 3 in select theaters for the Christmas holiday, because ultimately Terrifier 3 is a Christmas film. Art the Clown making his return, that it is coming back Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Tickets are on sale right now. See if it is available in your city. Limited run. And I know that's kind of a hard one, especially because it's Christmas. You want to spend time with the family. Or maybe you just got an AMC gift card for Christmas and you're like, hey, I'm going to go see Terrifier. Let's go see Terrifier. Let us definitely go see Terrifier. Now, we're going to go back to the intermission screen real quick. And as you guys can see right here, if you have Paramount Plus, Smile 2 is now streaming on Paramount Plus. I have heard nothing but great things about Smile 2. Wasn't a huge fan of the first one. I guess it had such a good following. It seems like they kind of upped the ante for the concept of this one, but I might have to check it out now that it's on Paramount Plus. So yeah, Paramount Plus has Smile 2 right now available for you to stream. I just actually, speaking of like serial killers and stuff, I just finished Dexter on Showtime on Paramount Plus. So that was such a good show. I was a big fan. Hayes got me into Dexter, so that was good. Now I'm finishing up Dexter New Blood, which was the little sequel series. And then after that, next week, December 13th, Dexter Original Sin. So excited for that. I know a lot of people have like a lot of mixed reviews about how they feel about it. My girlfriend is kind of on the fence about it. I'm pretty stoked for it. Another chapter in the Dexter story. A lot of people also didn't like the last half of Dexter as far as the series went. It didn't really bother me. I clearly thought the first half was stronger, but the last half was still entertaining. It was good. And a lot of people also didn't like Dexter New Blood, which came out in 2021, and I'm enjoying it so far. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not seeing it right. Maybe I had to be a fan, wait week by week. Instead, I just binge watched the whole series in like 2 months. So that was fun. But yeah, good times right there with Dexter. A lot of Dexter coming in. Speaking of things in December, you want to get your horror fix right here. December 2024 streaming guide, courtesy of the Losers Club podcast. Go check them out. Starting at HBO Max right there, we have A Return to Salem's Lot, Firestarter, It, Chapter 1 and 2, The Outsider TV show, and Salem's Lot 2024. I still got to watch that new Salem's Lot. I heard a lot of good things about that remake, so I'm going to check that one out. Netflix, you got 1922, The Dark Tower, Gerald's Game, In the Tall Grass, Mr. Harrigan's Phone, and Stand By Me for your Christmas. These are all Christmas-related horror movies, by the way. Shudder, you got Children of the Corn, 8423, 2 and 3, Creepshow, the TV show, and King on Screen. I know Creepshow has a couple holiday specials, so check those out. MGM Plus, you got Carrie, 1976, Chapel White, The Dark Half, The Outer Limits, Pet Sematary Bloodlines, and Thinner. Apple TV, you have Lizzie's Story. Screenbox, you have Just Desserts, Making of Creepshow. Pennywise, The Story of It. Unearthed and Untold, The Path to Pet Cemetery. I guess these are all documentaries, so I got to check some of these out. Hulu, you got The Boogeyman, Castle Rock, Rose Red, and Storm of the Century. Peacock, you got A Good Marriage and Mr. Mercedes. Paramount Plus, you got Cujo, The Dead Zone, Pet Cemetery, 1989 and 2019. Pet Sematary 2, Pet Sematary Bloodlines, The Running Man, The Stand 2020, and Under the Dome. Prime Video, you got Big Driver, Carrie 2013, Cell, Children of the Corn 1984, Creepshow 2, The Dead Zone TV show, A Good Marriage, Haven, Hearts in Atlantis, It 2017, Maximum Overdrive, The Mist, Pennywise, The Stories of It, Pet Sematary, Bloodlines, Pet Sematary 2, Riding the Bullet, Sometimes They Come Back, Stephen King, Unnecessary Evil, Thinner, and Trucks. Whew, we're almost there, guys. Tubi, you have 11/22/63, Carrie 2002 and 2013, Children of the Corn 1984, Creepshow 2, The Dark Half, A Good Marriage, The Mangler Reborn, Maximum Overdrive, Pennywise, The Story of It. That's a pretty big one. I've seen that across a few different streaming services. The Rage, Carrie 2, Riding the Bullet, Secret Window, Sometimes They Come Back, You Can't Kill Stephen King, and Trucks. That is your horror streaming King guide. It's all Stephen King related stuff, so if you want to see, enjoy December 2024 for Stephen King related horror projects. A lot there to dive into. A lot. Wednesday season 2 is just finished production, so we should be getting that in 2025. And here is our first look at Jenna Ortega reprising the role of Wednesday Addams for season 2. She's just coming off the success and the very fun Beetlejuice sequel. And she did phenomenal in that movie. She's returning again with Tim Burton to collab on this project with Wednesday season 2. Season 1, very out of left field, shockingly really good. So I cannot wait to see what they bring to life. And season 2 just announced that Lady Gaga will be part of the cast for season 2. I'm a big Lady Gaga fan when it comes to her acting. I think she is very talented at acting, so I cannot wait to see what they do with Wednesday season 2, especially with the major cliffhanger they left open at the end of season 1. Oof. Gotta love Cherry Coke. Coke, if you're watching, you can sponsor me. I'd happily love that. I'll drink a Coke every fucking stream. All right, moving on. What else we got? Let's see. What else we got here? That's Nosferatu. We got to talk about this one. So Nosferatu, for one, is getting amazing reviews. They say it is a good retelling, reboot of the story. They did a very good job, pour their blood, sweat, and tears in it. I'm hearing nothing but great stuff about Nosferatu. And rightfully so, because the cast for that movie is stacked. You got Bill Skarsgård. I think he is playing Nosferatu. You got Lily Rose Depp, I think, is in the movie. William Dafoe. It's just a stacked cast. But 13th Floor Entertainment Group. We know that name on this channel very well. 13th Floor Entertainment Group, the masterminds behind the Los Angeles Haunted Hayride and Queen Mary's Dark Harbor. And I feel like I'm missing one. Magic of the Jack-O-Lanterns and Delusion, the company that helps produce and put on all those shows, Amazing Haunts every Halloween season. Well, they're doing something for Christmas. Don't get your hopes up because it is already sold out. I had looked, trust me. But for 3 nights in December, Nosferatu, the immersive experience, will cast a gothic shadow over Hollywood Forever Cemetery. This is the infamous cemetery where they film a lot of movies, a lot of shows. They do, during the summer, I believe they have movie nights. You can watch a movie in the cemetery. I heard that's really fun. Love to do that one day. There are tickets available. At least there were tickets available. It is now sold out for the only 3 days that they're doing it. And reading more into it, you're just basically going to get to see a lot more of the props. There might be a couple of like interactive experiences. 13th Floor Entertainment is no stranger to doing stuff like this. And to see them kind of branch out more and work with movie companies, like I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I thought this was for some reason Universal, but it's not. It's Focus Pictures, and Bloody Disgusting's attached to it too. But I think this is a cool concept. I hope there's videos that release of this because I'd like to see what that looked like. I tried my hardest to try to see if we can get tickets to go to it, but it just was not. I don't know. It wasn't what I thought there was going to be more tickets. Thought there was going to be a little bit more chances to try to go to it, but we missed out, so who knows. So another thing I talked about earlier this week on our stories is we were going to look at the best horror movies of 2024, go down some of this list and see what we've seen, what we haven't seen. and there was a lot of good stuff. There was. And we're going to go through some of them, and we're going to go through a top 50 list when we come back. We're going to start 50 to 25 and see if we've seen them or not, and then get everyone's opinion. So when we come back from this next break for our next song session, we're going to go through the top 50 horror movies of 2024. Back here on Nights of Horror Radio, and we're going to be talking all things top 50 horror of 2024. That rhymed. All right, let's dig into it. Let's see what we got here right here. Coming in at number 50 is Departing. Seniors, Mexican American and queer high school student Javier doesn't exactly fit in with the popular kids. Okay. It was a foreign film. I haven't seen that one. Got a 63% on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 49 is Sting. Should satisfy horror fans in the mood for a creature feature, even if the end results likely won't linger in the memory. That's an interesting one. You got something, looks like a spider crawling on there. I don't know if I can watch that one. I'm not a big spider guy, especially if you know, if you went through freaking, if you know me. I mean, I went through Widows, so was not a fan of it. Was a fan of it. Was not a fan of it. Immaculate. I have yet to see this one. I have this one in my Fandango at Home library. I got to get to this one. So Sydney Sweeney. And I heard good things about it. I know it's a religious kind of flick, so we'll see what happens. It's got to do with religion. I don't think it's all religious, but I got to check that one. Little Bites. I don't think I've heard of that one. In desperate attempt to protect her 10-year-old daughter, a young widow allows a nightmarish monster to slowly eat her. Interesting. 75% on Rotten Tomatoes, huh? Azrael. In a world in which no one speaks, a mysterious, devout community hunts down a young woman named Azrael. Interesting. Glasses on. Do I have any glasses in here? I do. All right, I got you. We'll throw on some glasses. These are actually good glasses right here. Now we're adding to the character that is the night. So I got to wipe these lenses off, though, bro. Next one on the list, number 45, The Night Shift. Haven't heard of that one either, but it's got a 77. While working her first night shift as a remote motel, a young woman, Gwen Taylor, begins to suspect that she's being followed by a dangerous character from her past. As the night progresses, Gwen's isolation and safety, however, are made all the more worse when she starts to realize that the motel also might be haunted. Glasses are on for Nas. How do I look, Nas? What do you think? Look good? Looks a little bit more professional. Who's that? Who else is in this stream right here, bro? Let's see what else we got. All right. Cato Lake, number 44. Hellhole, number 43. Daddy's Head, number 42. Hostile Dimensions, number 41. The Well, number 40. Midnight Peep Show, number 39. Here for Blood, number 38. Trim Season, number 37. Lovely, Dark, and Deep, number 36. Somewhere Quiet, number 35. And see, this is why we're starting the Frightful Film Club on Fridays. So far, I don't think I've seen not one of these movies. And, like, this will help with Frightful Film Club. We'll start we can start watching these together. Exuma, 95%. Double Blind at 100%. Wow. T-Blockers, 100%. Maxine. Now, this is the first movie I have seen on this list at number 31, Maxine. I watched the entire trilogy this year. Literally 2 weeks before haunt season, I caught COVID. I'll be your Frightful Film Club. 2 weeks before I got COVID. And it's on Thursdays. I'm sorry. On Thursdays starting in 2025. Maxine trilogy, the X trilogy was really good. X, whoa, thank you for the sub from Moochie. Been subscribed for 22 months. Got the 1 month. Appreciate you. It was X, and then did the Emotional Damage, does that even work? I don't know if those work anymore. 22 got to be 22. But yeah, X was good. Pearl was good, and then the conclusion, Maxine. No, the emotional damage. I gotta fix the channel points thing. Everything else works. If you use the 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 sound bite, the sound and effects though, I have some sound effects that you can use. The burps or whatever. Handling the Undead, number 30. Blackout, number 29. Beetlejuice at number 28. I did see this one. This one was a very different film for a lot of people. A lot of people either liked it or didn't like it or just thought it was okay. If there was noise for the sub, that didn't work either. No sweat, though. Did it not work? Oh, because the desktop was fucking muted. My bad. I did hear it come through, though. It came through on my speaker, so I know it worked. I think the desktop was just muted. Might work next time. Sorry about that. My bad. All good. Bud. After this, I'll be getting online, so we'll play some games. Beetlejuice, though, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun film. It was good to see Michael Keaton back as the role of Beetlejuice, and I thought the story was great. And it went more into detail of his background, so I'm pretty good about that. Terrifier 3, we talked about that earlier. Have not seen it yet. Heard it was also very controversial, but got to see it soon. I'm going to buy that one soon and we'll watch it. I heard the first 10 minutes are like people had to walk out of this fucking film. So, again, Terrifier 3 is coming back to theaters 24th and 25th of December. So, if you guys want to go see a Christmas movie for December, why not go see Terrifier 3? Cuckoo, haven't seen that one yet. I have seen the poster for that, though. It's at number 26. I'm going to go give that one a shot. Arcadian, number 25. And The Violent Nature, number 24. It's What's Inside, number 23. Alien Romulus, number 22. That movie was fantastic. If you guys are Aliens fans, check out Alien Romulus. Especially if you're old school Alien fans. Check out Alien Romulus. You will not disappoint. I cannot wait to see what Fede Alvarez does with the sequel for Alien Romulus. So fucking good. You'll Never Find Me, number 21. The First Omen, number 20. I have that too and still haven't seen it. I got to check that out as well, The First Omen. Abigail, movie's fantastic, number 19. Speak No Evil, number 18. Haven't seen that one yet, but I know that's a remake, so we'll see where that goes. Maybe I'll watch it if it goes on a streaming service, probably. I saw The TV Glow, number 17. Haven't heard of that. What is that? Teenager Owen is trying to make it through life in the suburbs when his classmate introduced him to his mysterious late-night TV show, a vision of a supernatural world beneath their own. In the pale glow of the television, Owen's view of the reality begins to crack. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I'm going to have to check that one out. I saw The TV Glow. Wouldn't be surprised if it was like an A24 film or something, but we'll see. Smile 2, number 16. Out of the Darkness, number 15. Long Legs at number 14, bro. Long Legs should easily be above Quiet Place for sure. But Long Legs, in my opinion, was probably the best horror movie this year. That and Late Night with the Devil. A Quiet Place, Day 1, number 13. I don't even think it should be this high. VHS Beyond, I have been trying to catch up with watching all those VHS movies. I have not seen that one yet, though, so I got to check out VHS Beyond. At number 12, The Substance. At number 11, is that the one with Demi Moore? Yeah, where she gets all like the plastic surgery to make her look younger or something. Kind of interested in seeing that one. I want to check that out. The Devil's Bath at number 10. Stop Motion at number 9. And what else we got? Heretic. I heard good things about this as well. Want to check this out at number 8. I want to see Heretic. Mads at number 7. New Life at number 6. Strange Darling at number 5. Now we're in the top 5. In Flames at number 4. Infested at number 3. Oddity at number 2. And Late Night with the Devil at number 1. Interesting choice with number 1 right there. Late Night with the Devil. Yeah. I have to check out a lot of these movies. That's a lot of horror movies to watch for Frightful Film Club. I don't know what we're going to do as far as that goes with our first film. I can't announce this right now, though. What was the date that we decided on for that again? Let me double check real quick. December 21st, 2024, which is a Saturday. I believe we agreed, I think we said like 6 p.m. Maybe. I think it was 6 p.m. we said maybe. Time is still kind of Time is still kind of up in the air, but 6 p.m. is what we're going with right now. December 21st, which is a Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Live on the Nights of Horror YouTube channel. Now, we're not going to be able to stream the movie for you guys, but you can watch along with us. This is something that we've done in the past years prior, and that is our annual Christmas live stream. I don't think we got to do it last year, but I want to do it this year. December 21st, 2024, we're going to live stream Krampus. We're going to do a watch-along of Krampus for Christmas. You know, our Christmas horror film right there. We're going to live stream Krampus watch-along on our YouTube page. So go check that out. We'll be making an announcement all over our social medias in the next week about it. So check that out. That is going to be December 21st, 2024. Have a nice little Christmas with the Nights of Horror, if you will. That's going to be a lot of fun. Hayes and I are for sure going to be there. Sammy is a yes right now, unless his Secret Santa Company party happens to be that way. No one has told him anything yet, so he is a yes for now. I will talk to Rob about it this weekend. I'm going to see Rob. Me and him are going to Reign of Terror with me, Hayes, and Rob are going to Reign of Terror, so that should be a lot of fun. We'll talk to Rob about it on this weekend, see if he's in, and we should have a good full house if they're all in. So, yeah, December 21st, 2024 at 6 p.m. on the Nights of Horror YouTube channel. You can find us. We're going to do a live watch of Krampus for the holidays. I think that's the best way Nights of Horror knows how to celebrate Christmas around here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the night where I am going to tune off now. Thank you for sticking with me for the last hour, letting me ramble about horror and haunt-related news in the month of December 5th, 2024, or I'm sorry, December 4th, 2024 was the broadcast date going into the December 5th, 2024. Appreciate you guys coming out, spending your late night with me, Anthony, the Nights of Horror. Tune in next Wednesday for another episode of Nights of Horror Radio. And until then, stay spooky.